Hello and welcome to Inside the Women of Denver, where we talk to local leaders about their successes, failures, and lessons learned on the journey to success. I'm Crystal Covington, and I'm here with Stacy Menditto, a Denver connector and sales expert who represents a transformational product that helps women feel good in their own skin. When I met Stacy, there was instant connection. She brings a bright and inspiring energy to every place she goes. And I like to call her my personal spirit guide because a few minutes with her and I feel like I can take on the whole world. Stacy, I'm so glad to have you with us today.
Thank you. I'm so honored for that introduction. Thank you.
Oh, well. We have had a lot of experiences together, and there have been times that I remember very recently I had a really tough day, and I literally just called Stacy and said, hey, can you talk to me for a minute? I didn't tell her my problem. I didn't tell her what I was dealing with. I just said, hey, I just need your energy. And she fed me, gave me what I needed.
I think it's actually because you were open and receiving, and we just feed each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's a great relationship to have, so I'm glad
you.
you're in my life. And now that we're all schmoozy, you have some amazing perspectives on what it means to be a connector. You've told me a little bit about your perspectives on connecting other people. So tell me, what is the value of that and why should people care about being a connector to others?
What I'm learning is it's a couple things. One is once you find your purpose and what you're really enlightens you and makes you feel full, you just want to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And the other part of it is energy flow. I'm really tuning in to more what energy means. So for me, connecting people with solutions, connecting them with other people, with tools, with different ideas or strategies, it just happens so naturally for me that I can't not stop it, and it happens, and I get so fed from it, and then they go and do it, and I feel like the universe then makes it happen. I'll be the connector between the two, and then let the universe take it where it needs to.
Yeah. I remember one time you said that I was saying that I didn't know when to connect to other people, but you pretty much let me know that it doesn't matter. It's not your job to decide why someone should be connected. It's their job to decide why. You just do the facilitation.
Yes. It's sometimes, and to me that's a big lesson in all of life, is don't judge. You know, if you feel a need, if you see an opportunity to help somebody and it's to connect them with something else, whatever that is, let it happen and trust the universe. My latest motto has been let go and let God. Let go and let the universe. Just let go of the attachment, and it shows up for you. When it's meant to happen, it's like, ding, okay, these two gotta connect, make it happen, and then walk away and let the universe do its thing.
Yeah. And another thing I know about you is that you've had a lot of mentors in your life. And that's something, I've actually done surveys of people, and I've asked, do you have a mentor in your life? And most people will respond, no. So how is it that you've had the opportunity to find so many people that have become mentors in your world? And what does it mean to you to have that in your life?
A couple things. One, it's being open and receiving and saying I need help. And to be able to, I'm a very independent person and I've always been that way, and for me to ask for help is kind of like hard, but every time I do, I am lifted like way up, and life becomes not simpler, but simpler. So I've been very fortunate with mentors from, it could be Oprah Winfrey on the TV, it could be books that I need to read to help me get to that next level. I'm like addicted to growth, however I can personally grow emotionally, spiritually, physically, etc. There's a way, and I really turn to books a lot. And then lately I've been turning to mentors as in people. I've had a coach back in Philadelphia that literally changed my life. I'm here in Denver because of her. And I remember an experience with her. I got back from Denver on vacation, and I had a session with her, and an hour into it, I'm like crying my eyes out, and she just knew the questions to ask me, and she's like, what's going on? And I said, I don't want to live in Philly, I want to live in Denver. And she's like, well, you can. I'm like, I can? I can. And she's like, you can. And then within 48 hours, you know, here I was. But the mentorship and having that, they always say, surround yourself with the 7 people of who you want to be. And I'm really feeling that more and more in my life. So I reach out, and if I want to go somewhere in my career or my entrepreneurship, I have found that person that has done that path. And there's got to be a trust there.
Yeah.
You know, some mentors I've had, I didn't click with them anymore, and they went a different path, or we just had different values, and it's okay to close that chapter,
Right.
and then find another one. To
They
fit
were
in the
there
path.
for that purpose, for that time in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate that. And when you said that, so I recently moved to Denver a few years ago. You know that, they don't know that yet. And Denver had a calling. It was my husband who actually had come out here, and he says, this is it. We had been looking for a change in our lives, and we came here, and he came here, and he starts sending me pictures and videos and telling me the stats on the Forbes lists and all of that kind of stuff. And we said, well, gosh, how can we make this happen? And when we wanted it to happen, we put the energy out there and the work out there, and it happened. He was able to get a job by just keeping in contact with somebody, and I came out here with no job because we just said we want to be in Denver. It just has that pull, right?
Yeah, yes, it does. Denver and anything in your life, if you truly want it and you feel truly aligned to it, the universe will support you. And sometimes that seems like, you know, too easy or too simple, but
it's true.
Look what this earth, what universe, planet Earth we live on. I mean, if you need anything, go up into those Rocky Mountains, and it'll just teach you how simple it really can be.
Yeah, I always thought that stuff was really airy-fairy to say, okay, when you, I didn't believe it was real. I thought that, you know, everybody that says if you think it or you believe it, you can make it happen was just full of, I don't know what words I can say that's going to be on public access TV, but it's a load of nonsense. It's not real. You know, I thought that was just something they say to make people feel good. But in reality, I'm starting to learn that when I do want something and I put that energy out there, it just seems like everything just starts working for that to happen for me. And I never, if you asked me 3 years ago, I would have told you that's not real. Now, you know, even people like you coming into my life, it all just shows up the way I envisioned it.
And I will second that 100%. And what I have learned is sometimes when I put it out there and it comes, I get so scared and I shut it down.
Yeah.
So I'm learning to keep opening that channel. And what's happening with you and how much you have progressed with Women of Denver, I mean, this is only baby steps for you. So it's trusting and just really trusting in that channel just to keep receiving it. And I feel like the more you give back, the more you'll receive, and it's that energy flow. So with connecting people and helping other people in whatever ways I can, it just keeps coming back to me even more. I was just like, okay, I'm on this ride, I'm on this journey, and I'm going to do everything I can not to shut it down. So that's when mentorships or accountability partners or something, or giving a phone call to a friend and saying, hey, this is what's happening to me. I need to just get this off my chest. Let me, so I can receive and just keep that flow going, because there's a lot of big, beautiful things happening.
Yeah. So I know you're in the network marketing world, and you have been for a while. I don't know if that's the appropriate term for everybody, calls it different things, but basically direct sales, network marketing. And one of the things that I've always believed in is finding a way to make your own money and your own opportunities. And I think that network marketing is a great way for people to do that. I know that there's sometimes a little bit of a stigma because people say, okay, well, people believe that it means you're always having to sell. But what does it really mean for you? Do you feel like you have to sell a lot? Do you feel like it's just a natural part of your world and you just kind of fell into it? For people who are interested or curious about it, but that don't really know enough to get started.
Well, thank you so much for asking that question, because it is a very touchy, thing, and there's a lot of negative stigma out there. I came up with this title, and I put a lot of thought into it, and it was Modern Network Marketing Pro.
Okay.
And I picked the word modern because it's today's. It's not, no offense against Amway, it's a strong billion-dollar company, but that was the beginning of network marketing. And today's business model and how it's structured is very different. And the professional part of it is because I do take it like a business. Like, it is my profession. It's not just a hobby. It's not just to gain boxes into my garage and complain about it in 60 days. So with the Modern Network Marketing Pro, I take it as a profession and in today's. So what I have come, when you really understand the essence of network marketing, the business model and what it's about people. And people don't get that. I come from corporate. I'm very educated. I got my master's degree. I got my bachelor's, my master's. I worked for top, Fortune 100 companies in their industries, did the corporate for my whole career life. And I ended up in sales at the end of that. And that was selling. That was going into a business, making a deal, talking about the bottom line and all that. And when I went into network marketing, I still had that same mindset. And I failed. And I was like, what is going on? But I knew deep inside this was something. And the reason is my first introduction to network marketing was through my sister. This was like 10 years ago. It was called a company called Creative Memories. And they did scrapbooking. So she called me up one day and she's like, Stace, do you want to do scrapbooking with me? I'm like, yeah, of course. She's like, these albums, they're the best you can get in the store. The product, it's great quality, and I'm going to get paid a commission. I'm like, awesome. I mean, I get to scrapbook with you with good quality products and you get paid a commission? I'm in.
It's like paid fun.
It's paid fun.
Getting paid for fun.
And it's helping her, right? Instead of the big corporations out there. And then fast forward about 7 years ago, signed similar thing with a company called Melaleuca, which is natural cleaning products. And I thought, well, this is a no-brainer. It's going to help my sister out. I'm going to get the Clorox and the chemicals out of my house. It's going to get delivered to my door. It's less expensive. No-brainer. And I got really attached to Melaleuca. I mean, I thought I could save the planet and the waterways, and I could not understand why nobody else wanted to do that. I mean, it just blew me away. And people were attached to their Clorox, and I can't change that. And when I got to, with the company I'm now, and through the learning curve, if you will, the truest essence of network marketing is about people. The products are awesome, but it is a vehicle for so many people in today's world. And there is no business out there that you can start. You want to go buy a McDonald's or a franchise or start your own restaurant. You're talking tens of 20s, if not millions of dollars, and then you're chained to that restaurant.
Right.
This is a way that is a reasonable price point to have your own business and to create that freedom that you want.
And you don't have to build it from scratch.
Yeah, and I have the infrastructure of this huge company that does all the research and development. And when I sit down and I talk to somebody, it's about them. And when I approached it from my corporate background, no, you can't do it that way. So it is selling. We're always selling. I mean, you sold me with coming here and doing an interview with you.
Well, yes.
We're selling
always
with
selling.
restaurant. Always, always, always. But when you're with business, it was a sell, push, sell. With network marketing, when you do it correctly, it's about people. And if you keep it to that, you'll get the model of it. And to me, that is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, one of the greatest lessons I've learned from you is when you told me it's not about me. So there's been times that I have difficulty feeling comfortable with selling, and there's a shame and a stigma attached to it with me. And I know there's a lot of people that feel the same way. But you told me, well, Crystal, that's because you're making it about you. It's not about you. It's about them and what they need. And that was just so deep to me. I thought, no one's ever made sales sound so philosophical. Gosh.
Yes, and it's one of my biggest learning curves. It's not about me. And you're like, well, you're a selfish person. And it's not being selfish. It's just, like in the corporate world, it was goals and quotas, and you had to make it about you. You had to save face in the political world and all that kind of corporate stuff that comes with it. When it comes to people, It's about that person. It might not be for them, and if they don't want to take it to the levels that, when somebody gets really excited and they open up to me and tell me their issues and I see a solution for them, I get really motivated and I'm like, I got something for you and I can help you, and it's like, this is so good. But if they're not ready to take that step, that's when I have to do a check and say, Stace, are you making it about you or is it really about them?
Yeah.
And that's like a constant, because it's not about me. It's not. And when I come from that energy and that frame of mind, look out, world.
Nice.
Yes, there's a lot of, yes.
Perfect. Well, I definitely feel like there's some last lesson that people want to know from you, something that you're feeling like you need to give them right now. What is that one thing that you want to share with people before we end?
To me, I feel like a lot of people, including myself, have given up on their dreams. Whatever the reason is, whether it's a marriage or being stuck in a corporate job, debt, what have you, that it is okay to dream. And it could be as small as, I want just a new car, to I want to take my family to Walt Disney World. Whatever that is, there is a better way. There is an option. You do have choices. And for me, being an entrepreneur now, I feel like our state of the union, if you will, the economy, needs to get back to the grassroots, needs to get back to entrepreneurship. Not about corporations, because they have their own agenda. And we need them, don't get me wrong, but I feel like what we need in the US is back to that grassroots. And network marketing is an option. It is, to me, a better way, because when you get the true essence of what it is, it's about people. And if I can inspire somebody else to, feel good about themselves and have that freedom to wake up when they want to wake up, or, have a goal of taking their children away on vacation, and inspire them, and then they can inspire their team, and then they can inspire their team, and it becomes like this ripple effect. And it's all about people. And to me, that's the beauty. That's why it's a better way.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for all of the great wisdom that you shared with us. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here and talking about both the connection piece and the network marketing piece.
Thank you for going there with me.
All right, well, thank you so much for spending time with us here on Inside the Women of Denver. You've spent time with Crystal Covington and Stacy Menditto. And I want you to know that you deserve to be seen, heard, and known. I can't wait to see you again next time.